Bam. What's up, YouTube fam? Look at them fingerprints. You can tell I've been handling these knives, cleaning them up and getting them ready to ship out. You thought I was going to use a big knife there to flip to start the video, but I fooled you. Keep you guessing. Got to keep you on your toes. I can't let you guys know everything. But yeah, this is the Tasman Salt 2 H1 steel Hawkbill. It's a sweet knife. I had one of these and I sold it. I've told you guys that already. I wanted to buy this one, but my wife quickly reminded me that I've bought a couple knives in the last few months, and I just procured that K2 right there. And Bama Knife Wife is very good at keeping me straight and letting me know that sometimes she reminds me that there are reasons behind the sale. But sometimes she's wrong. Sometimes I just sell things because people hit me up and ask me if they can buy it. It won't even be for sale. It'll just be sitting in a box. Somebody will come across it on my Instagram or on a YouTube video, and they'll hit me up and go, "Hey man, you want to sell it?" And because I'm such a nice dude, even if I don't want to sell it, I'll do it anyway. And I do that sometimes, and I hate that. But I just did that the other day. I have a good friend of mine, Mr. Bo Kinsey, down at in Panama City Beach at the Tyndall Air Force Base, who's probably going to be getting in his car and headed toward Tuscaloosa after I say this, because he's going to be super pissed. But I did that the other day with Bama Knife Wife's brother. He hit me up and asked me if he could buy my Kaiser Sheepdog XL. I was not looking to sell it. If I did sell it, I was planning on letting Bo get it if he was still interested in it. But my wife's brother hit me up, asked me if he could get his hands on that Kaiser Sheepdog XL, and I sold it. So I let him get it for the same price that I was able to find them online at. They're out of stock everywhere, so that might have been a mistake on my part, because I really like that knife. But I didn't carry it, so. But anyway, I don't have the specs. Obviously, you guys know that. I'm not a specs guy, but this knife weighs nothing. If you need specs on any of these knives, you got a couple options. You can either go to Blade HQ, or you can go to the Neves Knives. They can give you specs. What I usually do, though, if I need specifications on a knife, I call Steve, Super Steel Steve, and he pulls up Blade HQ's website, and he'll read it to me over the phone at night when I'm starting to go to sleep, almost like a bedtime story. I have him read me knife specs while I lay there in my footy pajamas. That's just me. That's how I do things. I mean, I'm sure you guys probably have a different method, but that's just how I do it. So if you need specs, you could maybe do that. Steve loves to read specs to people at night, so I mean that's an option. Anyway, back on topic, man. I'm just messing around. This Tasman is freaking sweet, dude. The ergos to me feel just almost exactly like a Delica, which I do like the Delica, the size of it. But that blade right there, obviously you guys know about Hawkbills if you're watching a knife channel. They are wonderful for cutting things, man, pulling that material into that belly, or, reverse belly, basically. But I love this knife. It's fantastic. H1 steel is completely corrosion resistant, completely rust resistant. It's fantastic. It's a backlock. It weighs freaking nothing. I mean, it weighs nothing. It's a little thick in pocket, obviously, because of that Hawkbill. It bumps out there a little bit. It's a thick one. I can give you a couple size comparisons here for the thickness. It is a good bit thicker than a Spidey Chef. I mean, you see, it gets out there. So that's the only real negative that I have for that one. Some people don't like FRN. I don't mind it. I think FRN's a great material. I've never had an issue with it, never had a failure with it. I've never seen it wear down. I've never had a problem. So FRN, to me, a lot of people say that some of the FRN Spydercos are overpriced for the materials that they're using, and that may be, but supply and demand takes over in there, man. That's subjective. You can say that it's a cheaper material for the price they're charging, but they sure do sell a lot of them for it to be overpriced. I don't think I've ever seen a knife sell better than the Delica and the Endura. So, that's a subjective thing, and you guys know how I feel about subjective things out the window with them, because it doesn't matter to me, and the stuff that does matter to me probably doesn't matter to you. So, subjective crap when it comes to tools is, I mean, it's an opinion, and you know what we say about those. So Yeah, I love this freaking knife, man. This one is another one that we sold. I had a guy hit me up the minute that video went live when I posted that these knives were going to be for sale. And he hit me up and he wanted it and he got a great deal on it. This thing is phenomenal. If you like haunt bills, or if you need a good work knife, if you do a lot of cardboard cutting carpet, nylon, you know, any sort of fabrics. I have a dude that used to own a company that did he did flooring and stuff. He did like these floating hardwood floors, and he used to have to cut this this thin foam padding stuff. I guess it was like a floating floor type thing. This is the exact knife that he used for that, and he said that he could not find a better tool to do that job than this knife right here. It was phenomenal for that. So if you guys need a good cutting tool that cuts fabric or any type of material where you have to make long draw cuts, this is freaking, I mean, almost unbeatable. It's great. The back lock is easy to access because of the shortness of the knife. You don't have to readjust your hand a lot. And with most of Spyderco's designs, or really most back locks in general, if you just keep your finger up close to the front, you can flip it down. It's not going to bite you. The idiots who hold their hand way down here and then flip it down, that's how people get hurt, is then you're up here where the knife begins. I mean, where the blade begins. If you keep your knife up, I mean, your hand up front close to the front of the handle there, you can push that back lock and knock it down and then roll it over and close it. So people that say back locks are not really a viable option anymore with all these different, you know, locks and frame locks and ball bearing locks and all these, you know, ways that you can close knives one-handed. The back lock is very easily accessed and manipulated one-handed. I got a few cold steel knives that are even, you know, much larger knives, and I still operate the back lock just fine one-handed. So, and there's lots of different methods. You don't have to use that method. You can do what my dad used to do. He used to push the lock and then roll it on his pant leg backwards and close it up. So that's how he did it. So they're easily manipulated one-handed. Back locks are not inferior. They're still great, man. That's why people like Cold Steel still use them in that triad lock system. They're great locks, man. My low battery light just kicked on. I hope that didn't mess with the video, but that's all I'm going to say about this one, guys. This thing's getting boxed up and shipped off Monday, so I'll be saying bye-bye to this one. Unfortunately, it will not be hanging around, even though I do definitely like it. And there's nothing nastier in a self-defense situation than a civilian or an H1 Tasman Salt or a matriarch. Man, that hook is nasty. But hey, that's not what knives are for, right, guys? They're not weapons, they're tools. This is designed specifically for show and tell. That's it. I'm just kidding. That's it, guys. This one's going to be under 8 minutes. I think that's a record for me. Got a couple more coming up, so hopefully you guys watch these things in unison. Not in unison, in series, but I got some more coming. So that's it on the Tasman Salt 2, guys and gals. I love ya.